As the World Environment Day is approaching, wildlife professionals in Kenya are calling for awareness in protecting the country's large numbers of wild animals and their habitats. Breathtaking sunrises, vast vegetation, majestic animals, homely lodges and tourists characterize this great park located in the southern part of Kenya. Also known as the Theatre of the Wild is the Tsavo. Kenneth Kimitei, a wildlife biologist and landscape ecologist for Africa Wildlife Foundation, a leading international conservation organization focusing on Africa's wildlife, told Xinhua that the protection of the ecosystems is critical.
Tsavo is one of the key wildlife habitats in Kenya. Apart from being a stronghold, especially for wildlife, and in this case we are speaking about the elephants, Tsavo has about 35% of the elephant population in Kenya. And also the habitats in Tsavo are very, I can say they are serene habitats, starting from the forested areas, which are the watersheds, especially providing water, like Msima Springs gets its water from Chulu National Park, and Msima Springs is providing water to Mombasa. So again, the local communities are benefiting from this Tsavo, apart from wildlife.
Measuring about 22,000 kilometers squared, Tsavo is one of the largest wildlife sanctuaries and is particularly well known for its large herds of elephants, which are the biggest attractions for visitors. It is about 8:30 in the morning and we have come across a family of elephants. The baby elephant you're seeing there, I'm told by the tour guide, is about 2 years old. And then there's the bigger elephant, that's the mother. Now, the elephants often in the morning go to water points, such as the one you're seeing here, where they take in gallons of water before they set out to forage in the wild. The baby elephant, like you're seeing, often plays in the water, splashing water on itself and also the mud. And when it gets covered in the mud, it helps it to cool off the heat and also keep away parasites and bugs from biting it. John Cargo, a professional tour guide for the last 12 years, say that tourists spend thousands of dollars to experience Kenya's rich wildlife.
To the tourists across the world, Tsavo East National Park is one of their bucket list. Tsavo, visitors can visit all year round, but most of the months that we have so many visitors is during the high season that coincides with the migration of wild beasts from July to the end of October.
However, with all this splendor, there are challenges experienced.
The first theme is stop the killings, interventions to make sure that there is security for wildlife, especially by engaging the wildlife authorities. So we support the wildlife authorities to engage in anti-poaching operations. But also we bring in other solutions like the electric fencing for the sanctuary, upgrading that fence in a way that the poachers cannot get into the sanctuary easily, fitting with sensors in those fences, and make sure that the rangers are able to monitor and check on any intrusions.
According to the Kenya Wildlife Service, the organization in charge of the country's flora and fauna, loss of habitat and climate change has had a great impact on the parks and conservancies. Carol Mwebia, the Deputy Senior Warden of the Lake Nakuru National Park, popularly known for thousands of flamingos, say that all measures possible are being taken to protect the ecosystems.
When it comes to biodiversity, we are working very hard day and night to make sure that our animals are safe. One of the measures that we take is enforcement. Enforcement is very critical. We have our rangers deployed 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, taking care of wildlife inside the park and outside the conservation areas.